Welcome to Cards on Blast. Now, here's your hosts, JT and the Bird.
Welcome into Cards on Blast. You're chilling with your guys, JT and the Bird. Episode number 6. Glad to be back with you. Bird, what's going on, my friend?
Oh, just living the dream over here, getting ready to record this episode. It's always a blast when I get to meet up with you.
Absolutely. Hey, main topic today is all about that bass. Thank you, Bird. What a clever title. Love you, my brother. That was awesome.
At least somebody made it, good. Who knows?
Hey, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So we're talking base cards. We're talking sets of base cards because that's typically what you get with an entire set. We are going to be going over some of the best base cards, some of the most sought-after bases out there, some of the bases we got in our own possession. Might as well share that, right? And we'll also have a crack that pack. We're going to pull something out of the stack. We got everything coming at you. So stick around. Cards on Blast, episode 6. Hey, Bird.
Yes, sir.
I was at the freaking A's game last night, buddy. Sacramento A's.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how'd that go?
Fun. It was awesome, dude. Seats weren't as good as yours. Obviously, I wasn't on TV the whole time like you were.
But you know what? You could eat freely and not have to worry about looking like a fool while eating your lunch.
That is true. I did have a couple hot dogs. One of those, I think it was, what was it? Jalapeno cheddar, like sausage dog. Oh, fire. Absolutely fire. Loved it. Great.
Okay.
Got a lot of memorabilia stuff. Like it was like what kind of hat giveaway, like this big old crazy hat, but it's got some cool lining with an elephant underneath it. So got some cool stuff. Even picked up. So some of these concession stands, bro, are selling these just random packs of cards. You can see the front and the back one, right? So I was thumbing through these. There was a whole bunch of them for $12. It's probably, what do you think in there? I don't know, 20, 30 cards?
20-ish. 20 to
something
30,
like that. Right on the top was the Aaron Judge Topps Chrome right there, so I had to pick this one up. I grabbed another one in here, so maybe we'll share a couple that I got in there besides this Aaron Judge. I thought that was cool, man, and I didn't even know. That's the first time I've ever bought baseball cards at a baseball game. That's freaking cool.
Well, that's exciting. I didn't see that when I was there, so.
You didn't see that, huh? Yeah.
No.
You didn't try to go buy an A's hat, that's why.
No, but I did see an A's Hawaiian shirt that they were selling in the store that was selling for like $200. And I was like,
okay.
I said, no.
Yeah, you got to be a pretty dedicated A's fan to buy that. And that you are not, my friend. So,
no.
So I got a little trading card news for you guys. We'll spit out a couple things here, keep you informed on what's going on in the world of trading cards. PSA just announced on April 15th, 2025, if you're listening to this in the future, that they are teaming up with eBay. And if you buy an ungraded card over $250, you can send it into PSA straight from eBay. Now, it's kind of a cool concept. I don't want to run through this list here, Bird, that, PSA is trying to boost their product. We all know kind of how it works. What are the risks of doing that, Bird? Come on, spit me some game, brother.
I mean, from the little bit of research I got to do on this, one of the things they're going to do is they're going to put it through an authenticity guarantee. We'll shorten that for AG for the purposes of not having to say that multiple times in this.
Yep.
So the question is what is that going to guarantee? Is it going to guarantee that the card is actually the card? Is it going to guarantee the condition of the card? So now that realistically the card's being graded not only by eBay, but also by PSA at the back end of it. I think one of the big questions with it is if you're buying a card that's near mint or mint, that would involve it being at least a 7 as far as the grade. Well, if it goes to PSA, goes through AG and goes to PSA, and PSA comes back with a 6, what happens? Do you get your money back because the card wasn't actually near mint or mint as advertised?
No. Short answer, no. It's your card. It's your 6 now. That's what that is.
But you know what I mean? But you're buying these on the reliance that, if you're buying a card and it's listed as near mint or mint, that it is what it is. And as the consumer of those cards, should you be liable, or should the seller be liable for false advertising?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you can see a good picture of the card, maybe get the centering idea of it, but you have no
right.
idea what's going on with those corners, those edges,
Or even this,
fingerprints,
or the surface is really the biggest question of all that,
surface,
because you can
right
see a
there.
little bit of the edges and the corners and things centering, but you can't see fingerprints on a card. You can't necessarily see if there's scratches or dents in the front of the card,
Right.
depending on how the picture was taken. So if you send the card in, it comes back with surface issues, which obviously going through PSA, you're not going to know.
No.
Um, but for instance, our buddy Chase, who had the Jaden Daniels vertical kaboom that we talked about a couple weeks ago, his was a 9 on surface because it probably had a fingerprint or something, and that could be the difference between your 10 and your 9, just because the person who got the card didn't clean it before they sent it back through.
Yeah, that
So
that
it's
Kaboom
really,
card, if it had any kind of smudge on it, that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame if that's the
yeah. I mean,
cause.
I don't know that's the reality of it. I'm not sure, to be honest, but there was surface issues. Is what the lowest, one of the lowest grades was at a 9. So that's kind of what you run into. I will say that maybe it weeds out some fake cards. That so might be a good thing, where the AG catches fakes and goes, no, this is not near mint or mint. They look at it and see there's corner damage or there's surface damage, and maybe you avoid having to buy cards that aren't as good as they're advertised.
Right.
So
Right.
there's some perks and minuses for it. Obviously you're still going to be waiting 65 days for a return of the card.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, well,
you
it
know,
says here, you can skip all the printing of the forms, the packaging. I guess that's a benefit if you think
yeah,
about it. That's kind of, part of the process, I feel. That's part of it for you to actually get your cards ready. Do your due diligence. Don't be lazy and just pay some more money. I mean, I guess you could. That's the way we roll.
yeah,
That's the way we roll these days, bud.
yeah. And I mean that's really kind of gambling with it. I mean, I think the other thing that people would probably like to do is buy the card, have it authentic guaranteed by eBay
Hmm.
onto PSA, and then right into PSA's vault to sell it off again.
They're going to have to put
So
some kind of implemented process in because it's going to happen. I guarantee you something like that's going to happen and probably more than once, and it's going to become a thing, and they're going to have to get in front of it. That's kind of
and
what these companies do.
the other thing that you have to realize is that that you're not going to be submitting it as a value submission.
Right.
It's going to have to go as like a single card submission. So you're paying, I don't know what the fees are going to be specifically yet, but you're looking at least $25 to submit because you're basically doing a single card. It may be more.
Right.
So it's just kind of see what, is it worth it in the long run? You know?
Well, PSA, it says they've sold 500,000 cards through its eBay storefront since the third quarter, whenever the third quarter was. I'm assuming, I don't know,
September of last year.
yeah, every company's third quarter, fourth quarters are different. So,
True.
Russell Westbrook card sold for a record amount, more than double any other Russell Westbrook card this week. This has ever sold for. Excuse me. I don't know why it says week on my notes. That's my fault.
Yeah.
2014 National Treasures Colossal Russell Westbrook. I didn't mess his name up once, by the way. NBA logo patch auto for $40,000. $48,000 in total with all the premium taxes, apparently. Maybe this guy lives in California, Bird. I don't know what's going on there.
Man, Mr. Triple Double finally getting his just desserts there with a card.
Yeah, I mean, 2014, that's nowhere near his rookie year, right? No, he's been in the league way longer than that.
I don't know.
I
That's
think he has. We'll fact check that. We'll get back to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
2024 Tops Now football rookie campaign. This quarterback's card. I know you saw the picture of it, Bird. We're gonna put it up on the YouTube for everybody to see. Looks like it's a. What would you even call it? A quadra autograph? That's pretty cool. Of all the rookie
Yeah.
quarterbacks, kind of the top ones of the NFL season, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and Bo Nix all headline the 2024 Tops Now QB rookie campaign. So that's pretty cool. They got some gold plated ones. Looks like it says it's per box, huh? That's no way. I don't believe that
Hmm.
for a second.
That you'd get one of those per
I
box.
don't know. It says one autograph numbered of 50 or lower.
50 or lower. So the one
Okay,
we're going to
is
put
that
up on the one we're putting on YouTube is a 1 of 1 though. So that
is
is
that what that is? Okay.
yeah,
So
that
this might
is.
don't get your hopes up if you see this, people. But hey, good luck out there. That'd be a really cool card to pull.
And fact check: Russell Westbrook made his NBA debut in 2008 with the Oklahoma City
I knew it
Thunder.
was way before that. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
fact checker Bird. I love it,
absolutely.
my friend. Very good.
Yeah.
Way to get on those thumbs. September 4th through 7th, some local Sacramento area stuff. Auburn Trading Card Show happening Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But that's in September. But that's supposed to be a pretty big show. So we're gonna let you know about it now. Maybe we'll make some plans to get out there, slap some cards on blast, stickers on some people. Yeah, we'll have some fun there. I think we could do that, Bird.
I think we could.
Okay. 49ers legend Tom Rathman and John Taylor will be signing autographs at that show. So if you got some John Taylor, no. Yeah, John
John
Taylor,
Taylor.
Tom Rathman. I almost said John Rathman.
Yeah.
If you got some of those cards, maybe bring them out. Get those
Right.
guys to sign them. Hey, I
Maybe
might thumb through. I don't think I have any of those guys,
maybe
though.
maybe John Rathman's hanging out. Who knows? There could be a John Rathman selling cards there.
Yeah, hey, John Rathman signed my card.
That's right.
Oh God, the Lodi Comic. Thank you for that, Bird. The Lodi
Mm-hmm.
Comic Con is going to be at the Lodi Grape Festival Fairgrounds this upcoming Saturday. So hopefully you're listening to this in the next couple days here, depending on how fast JT can get this edited. But we'll get that to you as quick as possible. But hey, if you want some comic book fun, Bird, you told me that some ECW wrestlers, was it ECW?
Yeah, they're AEW actually.
AEW. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
ECW is no longer a thing.
That's
Although
see, that's how long I've been out of it.
Extreme Championship Wrestling was pretty exciting.
It was.
Mick Foley, and, that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
that was the good stuff,
So,
man.
but yeah, there's gonna be some AEW wrestlers there. I think there's 4 or 5. I think Rikishi was supposed to be there, but he had to fall out at the last minute. That would have been cool.
Was that a pun?
He always Rakishi Fatu is I think what he used to be called back in the day. But I always enjoyed him. Never wanted to get the face smashed in the corner though. That looked devastating. So, but if you're a wrestling fan, this may be a great place for you to go and get those AEW cards signed that you have.
There you go.
And like all Comic Cons, typically you're gonna have vendors that have your Pokemon and other types of cards, Magic the Gathering and One Piece or whatever.
Right.
So lots of different options. Find some older more vintage type stuff. Stuff you can't find anymore in the Pokemon world. Stuff from 10 years ago. Probably people
Cool.
selling
Check
it
out.
there.
I have been doing a little Pokemon research. I'm starting at the beginning, beginning level. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's pretty much figuring out what the hell all the back of the card means, or what all the stuff on the card means, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's different things. So I started there. Is that a good place
Yeah.
to start? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
you know more about this than I do, for sure.
knowing the cards is always a thing. I haven't even got a chance to tell you this, but I think I found us a guest for a Pokemon episode.
Okay.
And it's
You're writing my questions for that, by the way.
I am working. I will work.
I'll
on
do
the
my
questions.
research, bro. No, I'll do my.
So here's the thing. Now here's the fun part.
I'll try.
It's a she. Her name is Isabella.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's a friend of mine, and she has really got into collecting cards recently. And I gave her the options of maybe just coming on for a crack the pack segment because she's a little nervous to be on camera.
Fair enough.
But I think that she would definitely be great, and the viewers would love her. And her fiance Jace also may be able to join. We might be able to get both of them on at the same time. And they can talk a little Pokemon and their adventures in collecting.
Well, coming soon to you, guest Pokemon speakers, cracking packs. Hey, nice segue too, Bird. See how natural that is? We're gonna crack that pack, baby. Let's go.
I'm learning.
Time to crack that pack, where we open a pack live.
All right. Okay, the question always remains, did Bird come prepared?
I do. I actually happened to hit my local card store today, and I was hanging out looking at some Cubs cards, um, and ended up picking up a couple packs of 2025 Heritage baseball.
Are you serious? That is
I'm
so
serious.
hilarious because I picked up at the A's game last night, nonetheless, a hanger box of Heritage. Look at that. I didn't even know they sold baseball cards.
Well,
And
that's
I'm
exciting.
finding packs.
So,
I'm finding big old chunks of cards with different cards in them. Dude, there was an Ellie rookie in one of those, by the way. So
there you go. That's a win.
right. You know what, Bird? You're going to crack that pack first, my friend.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's see what we get here. We can be cracking through it here. And, okay. So, now I pulled these from a hobby box randomly. You know how good I am at picking random card or packs out of things. So let's see what we get here. Let's see. All right. We got our first card. We got a Bryce Harper. We got a Tariq Skubal from the Tigers. We got a Nick Castellanos from the Phillies.
Okay. I like Nick.
Kenley Jansen from the Red Sox. Crazy fast pitcher.
Yeah.
Stephen Kwan from the Guardians. That is a picture, bro. That is a picture. I'm not sure if you can, not sure what you can see there, but let's see if I can get it close.
Cheesing.
He looks
Bro,
so happy to.
It's
so
either
happy to be there.
Yeah, or he's was hanging out with Cheech and Chong before that picture shoot.
Right, but he says AL All-Star in the outfield, so apparently pretty good outfielder.
Hey, okay.
Ryan Weathers. Ryan Weathers, the pitcher for the Marlins. Oh, there we go. There's a hit. Let's save that to last. How about Brendan Donovan, outfielder for the Cardinals?
I like the dramatics of it. Let's go.
And the last card, since I moved it to the back, is a base card, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals.
Nice. Oh, he's a stud, man.
Yeah, so never mad when you get one of the hottest rookies, even in a base card.
Even in a base.
So we will, add that to the base collection after I sleeve it.
Wait, you got one more?
I do technically have one more. I didn't know if you wanted me to open 2 packs or not. So all right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, go for it.
I got it. Here we go. All right. Well, let's.
I got some construction to do really quick here.
You got some construction to do? Okay, let's do some construction. All right, I got an Aaron Shunk, second baseman for the Rockies, rookie. Joey Loperfido, outfield for the Blue Jays. Sam Aldeguerri. Wow, thanks for. Apparently, they wanted me to practice my naming conventions tonight.
Yeah, you got some tough ones there.
Look, wait, hold on. We're not done yet. Another rookie, pitcher for the Reds, Josfer Zulieta.
Wow. Well done.
Zulieta, I think. This one's easier. Jordan Lawler from the Diamondbacks, shortstop. Richie.
I got his autograph, by the way.
Wait, let's try this let's try this for an announcer. Richie Palacios from second base for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay.
Oh, well, as a Cubs fan, I'm pretty excited about this one. We got an Ernie Banks, the Topps News all-time All-Stars.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
And, I'm sure it's not worth anything, but as a Cubs fan, getting any Ernie Banks card, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
And the last card, which I saved for last, is an athletics player. He's an outfielder, and he goes by Brent Rooker. And it is got a little shiny action.
Ooh, that's a nice card.
Kind of a Topps Chrome style.
Absolutely.
But, I know you're an A's fan, so I had to save that for last for you.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was going to be the hero last night, coming through in the 8th, and then whoever they put in on the mound in the 9th just blew it.
I know the feeling, man.
Yeah, I mean,
top of the 11th. Cubs gave up 9 runs in 1 inning.
You got Julio coming up. He's going to do some things in that small ballpark. And boy, the crack of that bat was nice to hear in that place. It's actually a fine place to go see a game. So if you get a chance, go see a game. It's not every day you get to go see these kind of players in that venue.
And it's such a small venue. It's so nice. You're really close to the field no matter where you're at. So
everywhere's a good seat. Yeah, you are
exactly.
absolutely right about that. Even in like the Solon Club, it's still cool because it's hanging over there. It's really cool.
Right.
All right. I got my Heritage pack. Let's crack this. I think I get like 30-something cards in here. What is that?
36?
35. Very close, my friend. The under wins. All right, let's see what we got here. Dude, these are very vintage-like, aren't they? Wow.
They are. Yeah.
Where's my bubble gum? All right.
Luckily, not ruining your cards.
I know. No crunching on here. You know, we're against that. No harm to teeth in the bubble gum. We got Colt Keith of the Tigers. We've got Menudo. Yeah, I think it's Ed Menudo Sosa on the Phillies. They're doing it to me now, Bird. Mitchell Parker. I like that name. From the Nationals. Let's see. Colton Cowser. Orioles. What is this? Topps award winner. That's a pretty cool card. Yeah, he's good. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, he's good. All right. He's in order for the photos, baby. Frambler Valdez, Astros. Frambler. Mitch Keller, Pirates. We got a Jose Miranda from the Minnesota Twins. Looks like a record breaker card. Not bad. It kind of looks like that Ernie Banks one you had, but not as cool. Vaughn Grissom, Red Sox. We got Grant McCray from the Giants. Looks like that's a rookie card. All right, Grant, do something with your life. Stolen base leaders card. Jose Ramirez, Jose Caballero, Jazz Chisholm Jr. That's a pretty cool card. Three pack on there. We got Weiler Abreu, Red Sox. Seth Lugo, Royals. Dylan Cease. I swear the Lord must say, you must have all Dylan Cease cards, JT.
Well, you could ask him to cease and desist.
Please. That was a good one. Shohei Ohtani, home run leader. Marcel Ozuna and Kyle Schwarber. 3-pack card. That's pretty cool. It's like the same kind of card. Yeah, that's a good one. Matt Olson on the Braves. Love me some Matty O. You know, former A's.
Yeah.
Made a name for himself here and got to a better place, like most. Ty Madden from the Tigers. We got Gordon. This guy. We got Gordon something or other. I'm not even going to butcher your name, brother. Sorry, Gordon. Caden Dana from the Angels. Pitcher. Looks like he's like 12 years old in that picture. Levi Jordan from the Reds. Ooh, almost did it, Bird. Tobias Myers from the Brewers. Sonny Gray, Cardinal, former Athletic, my guy. Christian Walker from the Astros. This is a big pack.
It is a big pack.
I feel like I've been talking about this pack and butchering names for like 10 minutes now. Bo Naylor from the Guardians. We got Francisco Alvarez on the Mets. Corbin Carroll, Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
not bad there. Emmanuel Chase. None of these are nice, cool, shiny cards yet. Just FYI.
Small base right now.
Yep. Mark Vientos of the Mets in the little city jersey there. Kumar Rocker, Rangers. Brandon Daltrey of the Angels. Jonathan India of the Royals, excuse me. John D. Rockefeller. What the hell is this? Foundation Standard Oil? Okay, I don't know.
They have inserts in these. They have that's Rockefeller. That's the guy. That's like one of the big four for the U.S. You know, they were the super rich people that built the country.
This is pretty
and
cool
probably
card,
still
actually.
run it.
I wish it was a refractor.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
saw like a B. Arthur yesterday on a pack rip. Yeah, or not B. Arthur.
I was gonna say B. Arthur.
B. Arthur. The Golden Girls.
Thank you for being a friend.
That's right. Betsy Ross is what I meant, not B. Arthur.
That's a little bit. Yeah, I see that a little more, but
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So
hey, the Golden Girls were a classic.
we got I guess it's a variation because it's purple. I've yet to see something purple. Byron Buxton of the Twins. That's pretty cool. Purple
Yep,
card.
that is a variation.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got a shiny card.
Okay,
This is
little
like glittery, baby. Brandon Lowe of the Rays. He's a good ball player, too. Oh, man. Look at that thing sparkle, Bird.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, those are nice.
That is nice right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Lowe. He's pretty good. Angel Chivilli.
Okay.
From the Rockies. This actually feels like it's a rookie card, and it's got like a shinier plastic.
Oh yeah, it's a chrome.
Is that like the Rooker
chrome,
one you got?
Yeah, the Rooker one. Yeah.
Gotcha. AL and NL champions shared Yankees and Dodgers pennant winning card. So,
Okay.
hey, that's pretty cool. I got a pretty
There you
good,
go.
pretty good little refractor
Yeah, the nice.
out of that,
The,
man.
I was gonna say the nice thing about those hanger packs is generally you're gonna get some decent inserts.
Yeah.
2 or 3 every one of them. So that's always a win.
Too shabby on there, so like it. Hey, we cracked that pack, baby. Look at this. We cracked it. Now it's gone.
Yep, that's it.
Right. Absolutely. Hey, Bird. Good job, buddy.
I can do that
Good
too.
job. All right, time to get into the main topic of today. We're talking sets. We're talking full set base cards. What do you got? What do you want? Hey, I just like to spit out a couple that I have in my wing that some I've had for a while, some I came upon by accident, so to speak. We'll have to tell you that story. That's why it'll be funny. I'm getting together some other ones that I'm pretty close to, so I'll throw those in there. We got the 1990 Topps baseball. Okay, at the peak of my baseball love when I was 9 years old, Topps baseball was it, right? I have that full set. Got all the Griffeys, Dions in there, Bo Jacksons, some pretty good cards in that set.
Which ironically is the throwback for the 2025 Series 1 back to the 1990.
I wish I had a ding button right now. I'd ding you up, my friend. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
1991-92 Upper Deck basketball. That was probably at the height of my basketball love, I would say, right when Michael Jordan won his first championship. I think that's the next year. We got the 2024 Donruss football. It's still sealed. Bird knows the story because I ironically thought it was a bigger mega box of some sort, and just told the lady, "Hey, just grab that one. Just grab that one." She threw it in the bag and bought it. Came home, realized it was the whole full set. So I got some cool rookies in there. I know that, but it's still sealed, and we're still tick-tocking on if we're gonna open it or not. So we'll see. 2024 Panini Premium Stock basketball. I got like 20 or 30 more cards to go on that, and I've got more refractors in that than probably any other set. Just because I really like that, and I bought a lot of those cards when they came out, dude. There's some cool cards though, but everything's very shiny, and a lot of them are kind of curve bent. You know what I mean? How some of those get. Yeah. That's the only downfall on those cards. 2024 Hoops Winter. So I'm about, like the same 30 cards away, which I'm very scared I won't finish without going on eBay because I don't see those anymore. Have you seen any of those boxes around?
No, none.
None. And then, of course, as we've discussed before, the 2025 Topps Series 1, one base card left and one all-star card left, and we are finito. Bird just sent me a list of his. How many were on there, Bird? I didn't even count it. I just kind of
like 20. It was like 25, probably, give or take.
Dude, I probably.
But
all
here's
for you.
Here's a fun story. I happened to bring in, because we're both collecting the Series 1, trying to get the base set.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to have my binder with my base set of the 2025 Series 1.
You're killing me, Smalls.
That's what I do. But I thought the fans would love to see what it looks like all in the binder.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure mine's right. Hold on. Let me just reach right here.
Wow. He's got
Look what I do.
Outdo me here.
This is how bad I am with my organization, which I think you might appreciate. People might appreciate it out there. Check out what I do in the front of the binder.
Yeah.
So I cut out the box, throw it in there so I know. Right?
It's a great plan.
All mine have that, so I know exactly what's in that binder. There's no guessing. But same thing, buddy.
At least you didn't overpay for the Topps Series 1 binder. Because they're like $25, and you can get a binder that literally is labeled out.
I think I saw that. Was it just a binder? Is it blank, or does it have the whole set?
Okay, so here's my issue with it. It's not that it's just the binder.
Okay?
No, it's just a binder. But here's the part that bothers me. It doesn't even come with the internal sleeves, the 9-card sleeves. It's just the binder. There's
It's just some outer and a ring.
That's it.
Basically.
It's the outside and the 3-ring part of it. Like,
come on, Topps.
I'm like, you couldn't have put in exactly the amount to fit your whole set in, like your whole base set to fit.
Step it up, Topps. I give that a thumbs down for sure.
Yeah, actually, because I was kind of toying with the idea of getting it because it was like on sale for like $20, and I was like, it could be kind of cool, have
Yeah.
it on the outside, and then I was like, it doesn't even come with the in. Come on, guys, how much are card sleeves? The 90. I mean, now with tariffs, they're ridiculously expensive, but still,
Yeah.
at the time, we didn't have
So
tariffs yet, and we
charge
don't
a
have to
little
worry
more
about it.
for it. A little piece of plastic. All right. So some of the I did some research. Yes, me. You can laugh
Whoa.
all you want, but I did some research. Damn it! Some of the most sought after full base sets that are the most lucrative to have, to buy, to go after. Of course, this one, the 1909 to 11. Apparently, it was like 3 years of cards in 1 year back then. The T206 and the 1952 Topps Baseball, because of course, the Honus Wagners, Mickey Mantles, and all those priceless cards in there.
Right.
Yeah, 1933 Goody Babe Ruth set, a 1914 Baltimore News Babe Ruth set. So 2 Babe Ruth sets at the top of the list there. Of course, that's kind of weird. What, does he have his own set of a whole bunch of
I'm
cards?
thinking he was just probably. I'm just guessing somebody labeled it wrong. With your research, maybe it's a full set that had a Babe Ruth in it that was very sought after.
The 1914 does include a Babe Ruth rookie card, so that's probably
Yeah.
why. Yeah, that'd be top on the list. And of course, Pokemon trading card game cards sets
Yeah.
high on the
That
list. Now tell me why somebody would need an entire set of that. Is it to play the game?
it depends if you're a collector or if you're a player. Players are going to try and collect multiples of certain cards.
Okay,
You
because that
also
gives you an
have
advantage in the game.
Well, you have to build, start from a low end Pokemon, and they evolve into sometimes one other type of Pokemon or even two types of Pokemon. The most famous of those being, of course, Charizard, which I think everybody kind of knows. Even if you don't know Pokemon, you recognize Charizard when you see it.
Okay.
Do you know who Charizard is?
No.
Are you familiar?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's
I've
a big
heard
orange.
you say this word before, but I don't know
It's
what it means.
it's a big orange dragon looking thing. It's actually a fire type, not a dragon type, which is odd. But anyway, so you building decks and things like that, and you need multiples to get to that, so that you draw a card that you can evolve from, basically.
So I even see the Charizard name here in my note. I'm not going to go through it, but it does give me other names. Pikachu.
Yeah.
I know that name.
That is the one everybody knows is Pikachu.
Yeah, I kind of know him from Smash Brothers. Honestly, that's really the only place I've kind of seen him.
Yeah, I mean, but it's one of those things for set builders for Pokemon to, with their base sets, they have the standard art and then they have an alt art of each card in the base set. So say there's 200 cards in the base set, or let's say 150. There's actually 300 because there's an alt of every single one of them. And then you have other cards that can be collected outside of that are specialty cards.
Okay.
Which are always the chase cards and what sell for a lot of money.
So it says here that they got some printed, low printed cards, such as the Pikachu Illustrator card, which only 39 were ever printed, and only one is graded a 10 by PSA. That card sold for 5,200,000. Hold on, am I reading this right? Do I need my glasses? Do I even wear glasses? $5,275,000 3 years ago.
It hits you in the face like Mike Tyson, huh?
That is I don't
Because
know.
Logan Paul's who bought it, so
that doesn't surprise me at all.
He puts it on a chain around his neck, and he's got it hooked up.
You think Logan Paul's got the whole set, or you think he just buys that for vanity? He doesn't have the whole.
Oh no, he's actually a collector. I've watched him open multiple boxes trying to chase that card that
because
were worth.
Got the money, right?
Yeah, which are worth like a quarter $250,000 each, and he's just like, let's open them. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Last on this set, top set list is Magic the Gathering, which I once again know nothing about. So, it does mention a card named the Black Lotus. PSA 10 sold for $3 million, and the One Ring, which is a 1/1 card that sold for, now stop me if I'm wrong, $2 million in 2023. Does that sound accurate?
Yeah, that is accurate actually. Right. So.
Yeah, cards known for their high value and are part of the set. Magic cards, however, are rare, with exceptions hold their value as long as sports cards or even Pokemon. So they hold their values longer.
No, they don't. They actually don't hold their. It's rare exceptions do they hold their value for a long period of time.
The rare exception ones.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
I
the Black
probably read
Lotus,
that
the One
terribly.
Ring. Yeah, the One Ring. There's like these things called dual lands from some of the early sets that hold their value, things like that. But the problem is the game evolves and changes.
Right.
New cards come out, they become more powerful, and the old cards become obsolete. So they're not as valuable for the collector nor the player.
So you're telling me
Um,
if it's not valuable in the game, it's not really valuable to the collector?
it is less if it is there's less value to it if it is not valuable in the game.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, the Magic the Gathering players are a whole different breed of card player. They're very very serious about their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can find them at most card shops in the evenings. At least a couple
Playing
days a
Magic the
week.
Gathering?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll keep my eye out for them and probably not go play with them because I have no idea what's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any base card sets that you're after, almost got? I mean, obviously the top's 2025, which I'm going to help you out with
Right.
this stack right over here, my friend.
Yeah.
Once I get to thumbing through it.
I'm really digging the 2024 Heritage. I've got a little bit of 2025. Obviously, I pulled a couple packs today of that, and I only bought those because they didn't have 2024 Heritage in stock. Otherwise, I would have went to that route.
Got it.
But I really like the look of those cards. They give you a pretty 70s throwback feel to them.
Definitely.
And
Even the feel of the card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I said, where
Yeah,
the hell's my gum? Like.
Yeah, and it's very much like they're just very colorful cards. They have different colors for every single card. One might be purple and brown, the next one will be green and yellow, and you have all these different. It's like a kaleidoscope of colors, and then you put them all in a binder. And when they sit next to each other, they look really good in a binder.
It's like you got a whole bunch of refractors sitting there almost, all right?
It's just kind of neat. It's just
just
kind of a
neat,
neat
yeah.
look. It's old school. It feels like it.
Yep.
And there's some cool variables. Speaking of which, in the 2025 Heritage, I just found out today that there's like these weird random variations where you can only tell that it's an alternate art from the back of the card. Because on these cards, the baseball bat, when you're reading the name, faces down and the ball's up towards the top. Well,
Okay.
on an alternate art, the baseball is at the bottom of the bat.
By the barrel.
Yeah, by the barrel. And I didn't even know that existed. I would never even know to look for it until I watched a video today.
And that's on the 2025, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what my understanding.
I have to
So
take a look for that. That's pretty cool.
pretty interesting. I mean, there's all these random little hidden variables with cards that we don't like unless you really pay attention. You don't even know you have something that's maybe worth value.
Well, in the base set, I mean, you think about how many famous base set cards are there out there, that buying the whole base set would pretty much pay or just to get that card in that base
Right.
set would pay for that base set. How many are out there like that? Besides, of course, the Babe Ruths, the Mickey Mantles, things like that. What about something from the Junk Wax era that would be worth maybe investing in a whole set to get?
Man,
Upper
I
Deck.
don't even.
Little.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously, Upper Decks for baseball was '89 was the big year. Basketball Upper Deck was a little bit later, probably in the mid '90s. I think was some of their better Upper Deck sets.
Hey, I'm a big fan of this 90, 91, 92, and 93,
and
94 one. So I like
and the
those
truth
ones.
is I know nothing about hockey, but Upper Deck still holds the trademark on hockey, so they
Wow.
do all the hockey cards. And
People
my understanding
do like
is
a lot of hockey cards. I like the game of hockey. I find it very exciting and interesting.
yeah,
I just
I,
can't. I don't know. I can't get into it like that.
I know,
It's not
I
my
know.
thing.
I'm hoping at one point I got a guy that works at one of our local card shops, and he is a big hockey fan. I'm hoping I can talk him into coming on for at least for a little bit to talk to us about hockey cards.
Maybe we go to a hockey game. We got some local stuff we could go to. I've heard you get a much more of appreciation for the game if you watch it
Yeah.
live. Like it's
Well,
cool
we-
on TV. It's super fast paced, but
Yeah.
I think going to a game would definitely open up both of our eyes probably a little bit.
Yeah, and our former guest Chase goes to almost every San Jose Sharks game. That's at home. He gets like a military hook up through the tickets and ends up going to the games. So,
well, Chase, maybe you can spark our interest in it a little bit more. Any other sets you're trying to grab? Or you're almost there. I mean, you got to be getting close with some sort of basketball set. I thought.
Not really. I haven't bought a lot of basketball cards in large amounts. I buy a pack here, pack there. I don't get too crazy, but when we get to the what you got in the stack segment, I want to talk about a set that I'm actually really enjoying. That
what'd you say?
I was talking about the what you got in the stack segment.
What'd you say?
And now, time for what you got in the stack.
This guy's on point tonight, man. Wow.
I've been studying.
Busted.
He's busted all the way, baby. What have you been doing? I like it, Bird. I like it.
Yeah. So, we're obviously now we've moved into the what you got in the stack segment. And I wanted to talk about Phoenix football, which just dropped last week. And I just really enjoy like the inserts and the different cards that come along with it. I'm not going to go through all of them tonight because it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I will send you pictures of them so people can see some of the different variations and things like that.
Okay.
But
share some of your big hits. What you got in your stack?
I got a stack right here. I mean, you can see it's quite a few.
Woo! This guy grabbed a whole shebang stack today.
Yeah, you got a card called the Phoenician. It's kind of like a old timey looking like hieroglyphic, background. And it does have an autograph on it, but it is a sticker autograph. It's not on card.
Okay.
Things.
So it's a real autograph. The guy just signed the sticker.
Correct. Yeah. So he signed a sticker and then stuck it on the card.
Got it.
Then you got some Rookie Risings. That's just their standard insert. You got a treasured tandem card where it puts a couple of teammates that were good. In my case, I got an Eli Manning and Plexico Burris.
Nice.
Yeah.
Plexico shot himself.
Yeah, right in the leg. Cheddar Bob, baby, Cheddar Bob. But then we have some that got an NFL logo kind of running through the whole background. So that's a specialty. Those are out of 150, so numbered. Okay. You got kind of what I would describe as like a cracked ice. If you're familiar with that kind of look.
Yes. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. And then you have the laser parallels, and you have those in just like a standard laser format with a silver background and kind of a rainbow laser going through. So those are cool. There's also a green version of those, and I'll actually show you that one, and that is out of 50.
That's cool. Yeah, I like these green. I got a Luca that looks like that. I think it's out of 50 as well.
Yeah, and this is Foye Alukun from the Jaguars. But then you got then you have cards that have the team helmets in the background, like the NFL logo that was running through.
Yeah.
You have helmets going through instead, and it's from their team. I have a Joe Mixon and an Ed Oliver of that. So Buffalo Bills in Texans, excuse me.
Let it breathe so I can, when we share the picture, people can actually see it. Just let it breathe.
Yeah.
All
so
right. Nice.
Then we got, then we have what's called an orange fade. So the orange fades are very, very similar to your base card, except for they have this like orange, kind of black edging, but orange middle. And, I felt like I'd show you this one. This guy right here is pretty good. His name is Jaden Daniels. So
that is a fire card, dude. Big old Phoenix in the back of him. That is so cool looking.
Yeah. I also got his Rookie Rising card in that same box, which
that's like an orange refractor of Jaden Daniels, you said?
Yeah, they have a couple different oranges that are actually different variations. But this one's called the orange fade. And there's also like an orange glitter, I think. But my two favorites that I really pulled outside of that Jaden that you just saw is they have a card called a Flex. I don't think it's very common. I've only seen one in like 4 boxes that I've opened of retail. But I got a Jamar Chase in the Flex.
Ooh, that's nice. Sweet.
So he is
Very
that is
cool.
that is a cool card. There's
Very
no
cool.
comps for it right now, which means not a lot of people have found that card, or at least
Yeah.
sold it. And then the last one I have here is called the Contours, and there's multiple different versions of said cards. This one I think is just the standard Contours, but I got Michael Penix Jr., and you can see here kind of that.
Got it. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna put it up on the YouTube, Birdie. Showing me.
I know. Well, I know, but we're
it's
showing. Yeah,
tough.
we're
It's
just
tough.
we're just wanted you to be able to see it, so you have an
I'm sure
idea.
you're gonna
kinda.
send me a photo here in a little bit.
I will
unless you
definitely
already
be sending,
have.
I will definitely be sending you a photo.
Well, I just
So-
wanted to kind of share what I had in the stack. I did get this card of my guy on the A's, rookie. They just called him up, first baseman. Media has been told to pause between his two names. So officially, we are kind of part of the media now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. My man Nick Kurtz. Okay, he's gonna be a stud. This is a cool refractor card. Bowman first, I believe, or Bowman best, excuse me. Very nice refractor. You know, it says refractor on the back and everything. I think it's gonna be really good, man. So went ahead and I think I got that for like $15. So why not? You believe in somebody, you invest in them. That's
and
right.
you mentioned that it's a Bowman card, and don't forget, guys, Bowman's baseball dropped today.
Just dropped.
So, new set out there for you to go invest in and check out if you're into that kind of thing.
Absolutely. I also splurged a little bit and bought a Topps Chrome black box. Okay. Yeah, wanted the autograph in there. It was really staring at me. I don't know if the guy in the store was just playing the game and only had one on the shelf. Oh, it's my last one. You know, he played that whole game.
The stores have been pretty cleaned out.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
hey, if he's being honest, I don't blame him. But if not, that's the good way to go about it. But I did pull some, I got the, 12 cards in the pack. So guaranteed 2 refractors and an auto. So I'm going to share those. One, I got an Edwin Diaz blue refractor of 150.
Nice.
Okay, closer for the Mets.
The blues look amazing.
Yeah, these are sweet, man. These are the top of the line tops, right? Like,
yeah,
these are sweet. They remind me of those Phoenix cards a lot, like with the design, honestly.
Yeah.
And then I also got a Luis Roberts Jr. The White Sox.
Nice.
Yeah, of 150 as well. I believe all these blue refractors are.
Yeah, the
serial
blues
number
are
to 150. Then the auto that I pulled. Nobody huge, of course. This is what we get when we're us. But it is of my team. A rookie card of my guy CJ Alexander from the A's, the Sacramento A's, as we like to call them on this show.
That's right.
Yes, right. I actually saw a really cool shirt this guy had on. It was like the Kings, kind of not this logo, but the newer logo.
Mm-hmm.
But it said Sac in the middle, right? Kind of like my other hat. But coming off the top was the Tower Bridge, not like the King logo. It was like the Tower Bridge, and it was all in green and gold with a baseball on the bottom of it. It was cool. I wanted to stop the guy and say, hey, where can I get one of those? Right. I'll wear it on the show. Bam. That would have been cool. Right. But that's what I got in the stack, and some stuff that I found was really cool today. This week. Mm.
Fantastic. And fun story. We were talking, you said you think the Blues are 150, always 150.
Mm-hmm.
I did find out, they are, I think, in that set particularly, but I found out that, Fanatics is taking over a lot of the product here soon. They are going to make it, all their sports are going to have the exact same variations. So if it's blue, it's always going to be 150, no matter in football, baseball, basketball. So it's going to simplify realizing what you drew out of the pack and going, oh, it's a blue, it's out of 150.
That's not a bad idea. Honestly, it'll probably, that's fine. It's fine.
So,
it is what it is.
If you see gold, you're going, oh, I got a 1 of 1. You know what I mean? Like, or red, you're like, I got a 1 of 5. What's
that?
I know. Well, what are you going to do?
Maybe one day, sir. Maybe one day I'll pull that and we'll have the greatest cards on blast show that we have ever had.
Hey, Angels in the outfield, man. It could happen. It could happen.
It could happen, baby. All right, let's go ahead and find out what we pulled this week with the card pull of the week.
And now it's time for card pull of the week.
Okay, time for card pull of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Bird, did you open any other packs this week, or was that
I didn't
Heritage
have to,
all you got the splurge
I
to?
got a Heritage that I didn't talk about during the show.
Oh, okay. You've been buying a lot of those then.
Well, no, it's part of, I bought the 2 today, but I bought some the other day too.
He's trying to tell his wife it's a tax write-off.
That's right. So this one is actually a mini card.
A mini card?
Of Ronel de Jesus Blanco.
Okay. He's got it in a top loader there, so you can kind of see. Wow.
Yeah, and if you look at it next to my head, it's a little tiny. It's a little bitty.
Cute. Oh, it's a little
yeah,
tiny card.
You got standard card per se, and you can see they are not the same size.
Good comparison, sir.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, no,
I could tell. I could tell by the top loader there. Yeah, that's really cool. It's almost like you got it out of like a Cracker Jack box or something, you know?
Yeah, and that was part of a pack I opened. It's actually worth like $14.
Oh, that's pretty good. I'll take that all day, my man.
Not bad, not bad.
All right, what do I got here?
How about you? What do you got? Anything exciting?
Yeah, you might be a little jealous of this because I know you like this player. I've got I believe it's from the Donruss 2025 basketball, or 2024-25 basketball. I think it's like a diamond ice or something, or yeah, I see diamonds on this thing, but it's a Jaime Hawkins Jr. Like diamond.
The one guy I like on the Heat.
Yeah, right? Yeah, me too, man. You're right. Well, of 175 here. It's number 155 of 175. I think it's a diamond cracked or something like that. I'm going to have to look at the official name, but it's really cool. I like the way it sparkles, baby. Give me that sparkle. All right, that's what we pulled this week. Card pulls of the week. Yes, thank you, Mr. Jaime Hawkins. I really like these Donruss cards. If you haven't noticed, yeah, man. I'm getting close to maybe I should try to get that set together too.
Yeah, they're pretty accessible right now, so I think it'd be a good place for you to be. You can find them all over the place, so they're not super high price.
No. Donruss is a very affordable card. It's a nice card. You get some really cool refractors out of it. Those green ones, I've gotten so many of them now. I'm kind of numb to them at the moment. But they're still a cool card when you get somebody cool. I think I got a Jokic last time, so hey, pretty good pull.
Yeah, man. Well, that's all I got this week, man, as far as cards.
That's all you got, huh?
Okay. It's almost bedtime.
Yeah, maybe on another episode we'll have a story of what happened with this episode. But got to shout out my guy Eric here. Eric, you were a good sport coming on the show, man, and we'll get you back on, or we'll find a way to patch it in. But we had some little mishaps happen, but we're still bringing Cards to Blast to you every week, just like we promised. Bird, any final thoughts, my friend? Tell them where to find us on the damn socials. You're the man.
Yeah, man. I mean, you can find us on YouTube, live and in person now. This is the second episode.
Yes.
But, you also can find us on Instagram. You can find us on X. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music.
Comment!
And next week, we're going to get into breaks. We're going to talk about the whatnots and the fanatics and talk about, I've recently jumped into some, so I'm going to talk about my experience with that and kind of where I'm at with it. So, but yeah, so it's, that's kind of where we're going next week.
Yes.
But
very nice.
Thank you all for listening.
Way
we like comments. We like comments. We like questions. Hit us up with the questions you have. We'll hit it on the air. Let's see what we can do for you. Absolutely. Let's talk about you, our listener.
Yes, engage. Hey, even if you want to come on, share what you got in your stack. If you want to crack a pack, if you want to be on Cards on Blast, you let us know. Hit us up, DM, email, cardsonblast@gmail.com. You probably could have guessed that. That's what it is, man.
And smash that like button and subscribe, baby.
Subscribe. Help us grow. Hey,
that's right.
Thanks for hanging with us this week. Cards on Blast. We'll see you next week.
See you.
Okay. All right. No, seriously. I think I'm done. Ooh, I think we're done. I think that's good. You finished?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the f*** are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?